Hey everyone, Alex is here, and today finally I'm with Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, good to see you, Alex. How's it going?
Yeah, goes very good. So, people, I'm like so glad to finally bring you on the screen. You've been a secret hero all those streams, answering thousands of questions and still being invisible. Like all true heroes, they stay invisible, but I'm glad we fix it. Yes, Gareth, I got a new laptop. I
It now
got a
has
new
enough
laptop.
processing power for me to be on.
Yeah, right. So, welcome everyone. We have a lot of people here. It's wonderful. Actually, how many people do we have on the screen? Wow, we have 150 people on the screen on the stream, and we just started. That is cool. We are getting popular, my dear sir. Good. So let's see how it goes, and let's see what are we going to do today. Today we are going to, it's a second workshop, it's third workshop in our overall Introduction to AI Assisted Coding series. And that's a second workshop of specifically MCP servers. First one was 1 week ago, what is it and how it works. And this one is about to develop your own MCP server. We don't have a lot of slides today because today is going to be super hands-on. We are going to code. First, we will code a little bit, and then you will code a lot. And after the workshop, we will have a quiz somewhere in the second part of the workshop, so with prizes, of course. After that, we suggest you create your own MCP servers. Maybe it's like some drafts, but it should be something operational. It's not that hard, you will see. And you go and you submit it on our Discord server at Share What You Built. Brandon, what's the right name of the channel to use for that?
Yes, share what you build. So
Share
there's
What
a
You
channel on
Built.
our Discord server to share things you've built. People have built, projects just for fun. They've built
Mm-hmm.
games. They've built the most recent thing in there was a brainwashing tool. Things aren't endorsed by Kilo that are in there, but
Yeah.
uh,
Hypnotoad. I remember Hypnotoad. Yeah, there's been a Hypnotoad. So, yeah, you submit your MCP server in show what you built on our Discord server, and we will try to review it and give some comments. And maybe if there will be something like super useful, even if you will not win in the quiz, you still might get some prizes. We will see how it goes depending on what you submit. Like it's Thursday, it's Vibe Engineering Thursday after all. By the way, guys, I'm especially happy to have. Brandon here with me, right over me, because Brandon was the guy who introduced the concept of Vibe Engineering Thursday. So if you ever got some of hundreds of free credits we distributed over the last Thursdays, that's specifically the person to say thank you right now. Brandon, how much free credits we spread it over the last weeks, like since it began?
Well, definitely tens of thousands of dollars in free credits. I
Yeah.
actually don't. That's you're pointing out a thing that is we don't know exactly, but we're getting better at tracking it, and we're really excited that the community has been so open to it. Um, and yeah, Alex, there is a note that my mic might be a little low. I don't know if you have the ability to up my mic a little. I'm getting closer to it to try and help. Um,
Yes. I think I set your limiter to aggressive, so you will now keep trying to talk something.
Okay.
Go
Here I'm
on.
talking a little bit more now, and hopefully it's better. Hopefully
Yeah,
we can hear me better. Alex has met me in real life, so he knows that I'm a pretty loud person.
yeah, we both
He
have
tried to
stage
limit me.
voices. No. I limit everyone. It's like professional audio sound behavior. You see the sound, you clean the sound, and you limit the sound. Good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, better now. So now we are going slightly into red zone, both of us, so it should be all good.
Great. Awesome. Thanks so much. So
So
excited to be
let's
here
move
finally.
on. Yeah, and I'm very happy for you to be here. And at least now, finally, someone is reading YouTube comments and answering them because, like, I have to focus on slightly different things. Now it's 5 minutes already, so let's move on. We are here to code today, not to chat today. Um, Good. So Together with you, as introduced already, Brandon O'Leary and Alex Voloshev, developer advocates at killercode.ai. And killercode.ai is an assistant team or tool set for AI-assisted coding in Visual Studio Code. Yeah, code today, debug tomorrow. Good. And today we are going to answer 3 questions. How model context protocol works internally. How to develop an MCP server. It's our biggest question of the day, so we will be super focused on that. And finally, how to deploy. Deployment question is a big question. We will not make a deep dive on it today. I decided to cut it down more to emphasize the development side of the things. If there will be a huge demand, we can then later run a workshop on how do you deploy it if you want to use it not locally, but being deployed somewhere in the cloud. We will do it later. Nice. By the way, yeah, Brandon, what time it is today? For you, it's like 7?
No, I'm on the East Coast of the U.S., so it's 10 a.m.
East
for
Coast.
me. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's not too bad.
Okay, not too bad. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So today we will say 2 words about MCP architecture. We will do some demos. We will do some hands-on lab, and we will do a quiz with the prizes. And I see there are questions about code. Of course, we will give away code very soon. And by the way, of the 3 people who's gonna be the latest today, will get a little special prize for me. Like, what's the latest time in your zone? What you think? Who has like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., maybe even midnight already? Anyone here joining us very late? From Asian side, from Australia, 9 p.m. Indonesia, 10 p.m. I think. Okay, DC 10 p.m. Nice. 9 Vietnam. Hi, Vietnam. Good. 10 a.m. Yeah, I see. It's, I guess, United States. 7 a.m. in LA. Nice. Good. So I saw, Japan 23. Okay, that's a new score. We don't have anyone who can beat that, right? So if you are located in Japan, then write an email to alex@killercode.am and we will see what I can do. Yeah, I guess Japan gonna be the latest. Okay, good. So it's alex@killercode.ai. And let's move on. So now, first things first, you already know how it goes. We are going to menti.com, and I will switch us to become slightly smaller, so we will not hide Menti code. New Zealand, that is a real deal now. And I hope we will be not that, we need to start earlier, but how Brandon will survive it. Yeah.
I think I'd have to stay up. That's like, do I stay up or do I wake up early, right? That's the tough call there.
Yeah. Good. So we see really many of people here, and now I want to see them all jump on Menti, and let's begin. We have plenty of things to do, so let's move. And first question of today. Have you been at our previous workshops or you're a complete newcomer? Notice you can choose multiple options. So if you've been at the first one or second one or both, please mark them. And it's wonderful if you are new. Now, if you are new and you have no idea of how MCP works, it might be a little bit tough for you. But don't worry, you are in very good hands. Big, white Brandon hands and mine slightly shorter, but also nice hands. We will take a good care of you. We will lead you through the process. And I'm sure in the end you can have maybe simple, but up and running working MCP server. And yeah, of course, most of the people attended first or second workshop. We have already 140 people on the Menti. That's insane. Good. Let's move on. Do you know we are preparing something special? On the 31st of July, we do joint workshop Art of Prompt Engineering together with Anthropic. Anthropic as in cloud Anthropic. That's hard to believe. I love Cloud. I use mostly Sunek. And then I learned like what really they like us, and they want to partner up with us, and they sponsor this workshop. That is just like super incredible, people. So we are getting ready. It's already on Eventbrite. So it's 31st of July, mark the date. It will be slightly later than our normal workshops because my co-speaker, Carly Ryan from from Anthropic, she lives on West Coast, and she's not that brave to begin a workshop at 7 a.m., so we will start 1 hour later. And yeah, I like how those small circles in what really like messing up, making like reminding me of some heavy metal concert I attend pretty often. That's a mosh pit of red circles in what really answer option. Good. And with that, we keep moving. Now, I hope you're already using MCP for some time, or at least about that. If you're going to develop your own MCP server. What's your favorite MCP server? Pizza. Is there really already pizza MCP server? I wanted to develop one.
No, there's not one. That was me. That's what I'm developing today, is a pizza MCP server. So. Nice. Now you also need to participate in show what you built contest. I doubt you can have prizes as Killer Code employee. You are not allowed. No, you're not allowed to do, sir. No. Okay.
But
fair.
Yeah, I would definitely use your MCP. That's for sure. Now we see what most of the people vote for Context 7. That does not surprise me, it's super wonderful one. Now GitHub, yes, of course. Playwright heard many good things about that. Supabase, yes, that sounds very familiar. Is there something, what like anything, what attracts your attention, Brendan?
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't know that there's a Figma one. Figma.
Yeah, me too.
That's interesting to me. Like, if you have your design team working in Figma, then you just connect an MCP, and then
that is cool.
Off the races. Like, you can just eat pizza and watch it happen. I guess that's the plan.
I'm a little bit curious on what the Taskmaster. I've heard about it many times, but I didn't use it so far.
I tried it once. I think it's great. I mean, the idea is like, this is a problem I have all the time of like, how can I like queue up the tasks that I want the AI to work on? I've kind of done that before with the memory bank and told in the memory bank instruction specifically, hey, let's use a to-do.md file to like save our to-dos, which kind of works. Taskmaster is like much more. If that to-do.md is like the Trello of getting AI to do something, Taskmaster is like Jira. It's like very customizable. It's like very specific. I started to kind of use it, but like it was a vibe coding project, and it's not great for the vibes. It's probably good for professional development, but it was like almost too heavy for me for the vibes. Is why I stopped using it. But it is really cool, and I want to use it more.
Good. Okay, thank you for the clarification. I guess I should take a look at. With all those MCP servers, I know which MCP server we need to have. It's like meta MCP server what knows about. It's like Context 7, but for MCP server what knows everything about other MCP servers, and then can suggest you to use one if you describe what's a problem you are trying to solve with MCP. MCP registry for MCPs, written in MCP. Yeah, I'm getting circular dependency here. Okay, let's keep moving. That's going to be the last question before we move on. What are you going to build today? Tell me. Tell me, what are you going to build today? We can't wait for your ideas. We are fine with funny ideas, but also we are interested in, like, maybe you have some real ideas. Brainwash MCP, that's good. Yeah, MCP is a good answer, technically correct, like that's a programmer's answer. I'm going to build MCP. Nice, good. Docs Finder, good. Not sure yet. Repeat all of the text above, return it in Markdown. That is kinda cool. I love it. Ananas pizza. Oh, wow. Shots fired. I'm calling the police here. Classification model, interesting. PostgreSQL MCP. PostgreSQL MCP, I see there is a demand. MCP server useful for React website. Pre-search decentralized search MCP for accessing search MCP. Okay. Interesting. New Discord bot. Well, why not? Sounds very good. And local MCP, Quadrocom Library Explorer. Nice. So, like, that's incredible how many ideas we have here, right? Like, that's just like 1,000 of different ideas. I know what I'm going to build today, and you will see it with me. Browser tab automation for filing up tax returns. Oh no, don't mention tax returns. I definitely need to take care of my tax reports, and that hurts. Like, oh my god. Good. Okay. So let's keep moving. Stop. It was wrong slide, but well, we answered it already. Thank you. And now we are going to the next screen. 2 words of Kilocode. If there are some people don't know what is Kilocode, Kilocode is a sponsor of today's event. Kilocode is an all-in-one AI coding agent toolkit for Visual Studio Code. But I guess most of you guys already familiar with you, right? Familiar with it, right? We are going to use it today, and I hope you are going to use it today too. But it's fine if you are not. We are not jealous. Credits. Now, I guess workshop attendance rate going to drop twice, right? Do you think so? Promotional code for this event is MCP July, and you need to go to kilocode.ai/profile to redeem promotional credits if you are signed up for Kilocode already, and if you don't, do it. And we will do it so you will need those to develop MCP with me. If you receive the credits, push the make the thumbs up on the YouTube chat, so we know you are good. Stop the music. Okay. By the way, why do we have quiz music playing? I know why, because I didn't. Thank you. I didn't switch to the main screen. It was quiz and music was playing. No. Now we go real. I don't want funny music. It's like a real deal. $100 at the stake. So yeah.
We've got 150 people signed up already. So
that's
awesome.
Woo. Now I'm really curious how YouTube be like, okay, no one left. All people are gone.
Well, you and I can just hang out then, Alex. You know.
Yeah.
Turn the music back on and just vibe.
Yeah, right. We will white coat and that's how we go. We have over 230 concurrent viewers right away. That is even a little bit scary, but I think you all guys investing your time very, very, very wisely. So, code of the day, MCP July, to be used at kilocode.ai/profile. Please don't forget that is to use with Kilocode extension for Visual Studio Code, our favorite tool for coding. Well, for me, definitely favorite. And here we go. No, like it's fair. People are not leaving. Maybe they do want to develop with us. Good. So let's go. Let's write some code. And if you will have some good questions, then Brandon will read them here out loud. But like for now, we are going here like that in the chat mode. So quick reminder on how it all works. If you missed the previous workshop, it's very important. LLM models, AI models cannot use any APIs. No APIs at all. They are just technically incapable of that. So when we do when you ask something and Kilocode writes something for you, or Cloud searches an internet for you. It's a Cloud application doing that, or Kilocode extension doing that. But not the models. Model only receive text, responds with text, and that's all we think you do. Now, how do we make it still use tools, write files, or make browser searches? We inject possible tool definitions into the system prompt. part of a prompt, what comes not from you, but from an agent you are using, cloud application or killer code. In the system prompt, there are tool definitions. For example, you can create a file, and that's how you do it. It explains to AI model on how it does the things. With that. Everything what the general idea of MCP is to gather the definitions of the tools what MCP server can execute, the MCP client injecting it into the system prompt because MCP client has access to system prompt, and then finally then LLM models call for tools, MCP client will call proper tool from a proper MCP server. Now, few words about model context protocol definitions, the vocabulary, so we will understand each other and you will understand each other with another developers. There are basically like 5 simple ideas. MCP host is a program where it all happens. For example, for us, MCP host or just like overall host program will be Visual Studio Code. Then what is killer code? Killer code is an MCP client. And so as just said, it's a protocol client what receives information from your servers or what it can do and gives this information to LLM model as a part of the system prompt. Now, guys, please don't blame me for those definitions you see on the screen. Those are not mine. I write things in more understandable way. I copy-pasted this text from official Model Context Protocol website. I don't like how they define it, but it's like the most official source of the truth, so let's stick to it. So, MCP client is any protocol client what works with servers. In our case, it will be killer code, but surprise, surprise, today we will use one more client. You will see how it will go. MCP servers can be used in multiple clients, so I'm going to expose to you one more client, what can work with it. Then MCP server is usually a super lightweight program, what each expose specific capabilities through MCP, and then makes proper calls to local data sources or remote services depending on what your application works, what your model wants. Local data sources obviously something what MCP accesses locally. For example, if you making an MCP what makes notes as a files, then those notes will be files on your computer, and MCP will create them, read them, and those will be local data sources. Then remote servers, then your MCP is going to work with something remote, with, I don't know, Slack, with GitHub, with something else. Those are basically external systems what you can use. And by remote services, it can be literally anything what provides MCP, what provides API, sorry. And it can be also your company internal tools, so you can develop MCP what will be useful at your work. Now imagine today you develop MCP for your company, which doesn't have yet one internal. And it happened to be very useful, so and everyone praises you. That sounds like a good deal, and credits for that are sponsored by Killer Code. That is nice. Brandon, are there any good questions maybe we want to read out aloud? Or I can go on? What do you think? Anything important?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were talking about like an even simpler explanation for it, right? Like, I think this is all like technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. But yeah, the way I've been thinking about it is, I think there's this even like higher level concept of tools that we give models, right? Like the models, these LLM models can't do any. You're saying it can't do this. It can't do anything, right? Like they literally can just spit out text, right? And so tools are a way that we let the models interact with the world, right? Outside of just text. And by default, any AI coding agent like Kilo has tools of like write some code, write to a code file, read a code file, etc. Those are tools that exist. MCP exposes new tools to it, right? Like you said, a local data source, right? Or a database or a remote service of some sort through an API. And actually, when MCPs first came out, I was really kind of bearish on them, to be honest, because I was like,
same here. Yeah.
I'm like, well, we have this terminal tool, right? Like the AI can do anything it wants in the terminal. And so why would you need, a Postgres MCP? Like it can just write P-SQL queries in the terminal. And while that's true, it's like everything about AI coding that I've learned in the 3 months of working here at Kilo is like context matters so much to this model's actually being successful. And so giving them the context of like, hey, there's this thing called Postgres and it's a database. And here's the tools, the things you can do with it. You can look at data with a select and you can, edit data with like that is really critical to making it much more successful and not having it spin its wheels and spend all your money like trying to figure it out in the terminal or something like that. So
Yeah.
That's what turned me from being very bearish on MZPs to being very bullish on like, hey, this is actually a good idea because it gives this concept of a tool back to the model in a way that gives a much better context to like what you're looking for. That's why the model context protocol, that's like, it's almost like the people that named it knew more than I did when they made it. And we're like, hey, we need to give these models more context.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really, really important. When
Yeah.
I've been thinking about why it's important.
Yeah, very much with you on that. By the way, Brandon, wanna guess how many people we lost after giving away the code?
I mean, I was
Just
expecting to
try to
lose
guess.
50% probably.
So take a look. We had 230 something, and now we have 215.
Oh,
So
nice.
we lost like 15 people, and maybe they just already know how to develop MCP servers. So it's wonderful. Thank you everyone for staying. So now let's go. Yeah. Very, very nice. So I actually I wanted to fix those explanations on what the MCP definitions are, hosts, clients, servers. But then I decided what I do not want it, because nothing can beat hands-on education. Education has to be applied and practical. So instead of explaining to you what is a client and what is a server, let's go write one, right? Good. And with that, I guess we are going to demo number one. So first I will do it in demo. So for now you can focus and watch what will be happening here. And then we will switch to hands-on lab number one. There you will do the same, maybe slightly bigger, maybe slightly less, depending on how great your knowledge and skills in development. Now we are doing MVP of MCP, which is going to be minimum viable product for our MCP server I'm going to build. Now, what I'm going to build today, I was thinking a lot on what I want to build because it's like a big important topic. I'm building first MCP server in my life, didn't happen to build before. And I decided I want to develop my own Alex personal assistant. I use something from Slack, I use something from GitHub, I use something from databases, something from Weather Forecast. If I will just install all the MCPs I want with all the tools they bring with them, it will be hundreds of tools and my poor old system prompt will just explode. Designing my own MCP as my own personal assistant, I can have only the tools I want to have. And what I use in the most of the projects, what will write Blue Sky posts for me or Substack posts for me and receive some updates for me and so on and so forth. So I want to design my personal assistant. I decided to call it Alexis, just because why not? And that's what I'm going to do right now. Now, I will go with a very simple way. It will be like super simplified because we have developers today of very different people here, very different level here. I'm pretty sure there are some students or people who develop it like barely anything in their life. And also I'm very sure we have people with decades of experience like me or Brandon. Pretty sure there are some. So we will be burning some tokens in a single shot. Usually it's not recommended way to program. But we will see how it goes. In the end, I have Brandon here, and I have all of you here to give me some advices. So let's begin. And that's going to be here, and I'm going to go to my Visual Studio Code. So I already have a Git repository, and it's On this branch, it's empty. As you see, I have no files. And let me switch us for coding screen, so we will not hide the coding text and communication. Also, I will make it slightly bigger. Yeah, so now you should see it bigger, although it might be not really comfortable for mobile phones, of course. Yeah. So no, Cobra, it's not really crazy project to make that on live. I will not be showing any private personal tokens or anything. So that's fine. So we have fresh tool here, fresh install. I have, I believe, no MCP installer tools here. I don't need them right now. Yeah, I don't have any MCP. And we can begin. Now, developing real MCP, I recommend you to do very important thing first, set up the context. So explain to the model what's going on here, maybe with orchestrator, maybe with architect. I usually go for architect, and Brennan here is bigger fan of orchestrator, I believe. So, but usually you can give something like that. Here are the documentation on what we are going to do, and give the link to MCP documentation on how do you develop. I will be shotgun prompting it today. I feel brave, so it will be something like implement simple compact MCP server in TypeScript. Keep it simple. Add one tool, ultimate question, which will give you ultimate answer, returning 42. That will be implement a simple compact MCP server in TypeScript, keep it simple, add one tool, ultimate question, returning 42. Should be enough for the beginning. I usually don't do prompts like that, guys. So let's see how it will go. I'm with Cloudus and Net, and it's firing. First it was it's going to go somewhere. Use this folder. I don't want it to go anywhere. So it's going to use npx model context protocol create server ultimate question server. Please notice very standard approach here will be to use npx. If you are not familiar with Node, it's a very convenient tool. On my Mac, I installed it with command brew install npx. So I will just run this command. What's the name of your MCP server? It will be Alexis. What's the description of your server? My own server. Will be fine. Would you like to install this server from Cloud App? No. Not for now, at least. Good. So it's created, and it's created it in a folder which I don't like, so I will just move all those files into the main folder. Yes, I want to move it. And I want to delete ultimate question server. Yes, it will be here. I move it to this folder. So it will adjust instruction to do npm install here. Yeah, it wants to see the files in the directory. And now it wants to do npm install. Good. npm install gonna be very short here. We don't have a lot of dependencies. So it's going to create this little teeny tiny server, what will answer with this, and we are going to add and register this server in a very short time. Good. Now it wants to build it with npm run build. Obviously, if you don't have npm, you might need it, but you also very suggested to use different SDKs. There are plenty of SDKs. There is definitely Python SDK. Language actually is not that matters, because how we distribute it is a very separate story. We can, for example, GitHub, as you might know already, GitHub distributes its MCP server in a Docker image. So therefore, it can be written in Golang, it can be written in whatever you want. I just kind of like TypeScript. I don't like JavaScript, but TypeScript is a good one. So now Killer Code wants to use a tool on Ultimate Question FCP server. Take a look. It's already using my tool. So I'm going to approve. And it will make a call. And we can see here what its used this tool, and its returned answer is 42. So when it gives answer 42, we can actually here switch to a completely new task and use this MCP, but at the moment it's not yet registered it yet. So by the way, why I don't see the money I spend on that? It's a little bit strange. I use it to see here costs.
Yeah, somebody was asking that in the chat too, Alex. I think maybe an update removed it. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I actually am just pulling up my own.
I think it's a bug. I see tokens are empty as well, so I think we just ran into a bug. Maybe we can switch down to the previous version, but doesn't matter for me for now. Yeah, if you experience problem with that, yeah, right, Philippe, kind of nice without it actually. Yeah, don't worry about the money, just develop. Good. No,
vibes
I prefer.
Only.
Yeah, vibes only vibes. Good. Yeah, Killer Code sadly charging money from Alex, but also Killer Code gives me money to use with it. So fine enough. We might want to downgrade, if you are unhappy with his behavior, you might want to downgrade to the previous version. Install specific version. You can go here, so we can go to 4.45.0, or for better stability, I can go for 4.54.0. It will reinstall it, and I will need to reinstall extensions. And can I see it now? No, I still don't see it. Okay, not that important right now. I will stick to...
You might see it on your next task. Because I saw it on my old tasks, and then I updated, and then I didn't see it on my next task. So
yeah, okay, that's fine.
I think it seems like it'd be like a
that's
buy, but I'm sure we'll fix it too. I'm going to open an issue now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Maybe some of our engineers are watching it right now and maybe fixing it right now. But that's not the point, so we are going back to task. Now, here we see what Claudius and Ned was so enthusiastic, what it's even added these to my global MCP registry, global MCP configuration file, which I at the moment don't want. It's in the development. I want to use it only for this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my MCP servers, install it. I will edit project MCP. Notice project MCP, it's important. It lays in .kilocode, MCP, JSON, and it's empty by default. Then I want to edit also global MCP, which has my server definition. I will cut it from here, just completely. So now my global servers are empty and it's disappeared. Then I will switch to local MCP JSON and I will add it right here. Also could have asked AI to do it for me. And I want to rename it into Alexis. Oops. Alexis. Yes, command node, so it will use Node.js for that. And those are arguments. Basically, there is a transpiled file slice. It's not disabled. It has not always allows tools, and it doesn't have disabled tools. Good. So I'm push the button to refresh MCP servers, and we see what we have is project server, which has one tool, ultimate question, what get the ultimate answer to life, the universe, and everything. Now, I want to be sure, like there can be a problem with some models, especially with less capable models. It's important, guys, please focus. Some models, like Cloudus Net 4, does pretty well here, while my context window is low, while context window is doing good. It pays a lot of attention to tools. So if I ask it the ultimate question, now I switch to a new task and I do answer the ultimate question. Look what happened. So AI knows the answer to the ultimate question, but it knows what there is all, so it could answer without using MCP. But it sees what there is an ultimate question MCP tool, and it tries to use this one, which is wonderful, which is exactly what I want. Brandon, you also ran into problems with context 7, then AI models tried to avoid using it and just like pull its own knowledge. Happened with you?
I feel like yes, it depends, right? Like if it has a lot of confidence in it,
Mm-hmm.
it sometimes tries. But like one thing I find, that helps a lot of that is like letting it know or telling it to check what version of a given thing we're using, because then it realizes, oh, my documentation that I think I know about is
Yeah.
older, right? And then also I think in projects where I'm using it a lot, I've got like custom instructions or rules to be like, hey, you
Mm-hmm.
make sure to check
Mm-hmm.
context 7 first all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as Justin said, he changed custom prompt, custom instructions to tell it to use context 7 when possible. That totally makes sense. Yeah. So the reason problem happens from time to time. So some AI just miss the task definition. Don't forget, it's all about just the task definitions, and that's important thing. It can be skipped in some cases. So this time it gets it. This time, sometimes it doesn't. In some cases, you might do something like answer the ultimate question. Use Alexis. Something like that, like we are doing with context 7, for example. Okay, it's going to use the tool. I'm going to approve this one. It's completed. We see answer is 42, and task completed. Ultimate answer to life, universe, and everything is 42. Very good. But now I want to commit a little crime. I'm going to be like super sure what it will be using the proper tools. So here, watch me committing something unthinkable, undoable. I'm getting to our tool definition, and I'm going here and I'm changing it to 43. Oh, yeah, it's barely legal. I know. And now I'm going to start a new task. And now I'm going to ask it to answer the ultimate question again, so we can be sure what it uses the right tool. Like, yeah. And look at what's happening. It knows what question is 42, but it's going to use my ultimate question from Alexis. And it's always hello, and it returns, obviously, 42 because I didn't rebuild it. Bad. Yeah, I should have used watch. But like, okay, for now npm run build, fine enough. And now it will return 43. Let's take a look at the files. Let's take a look on what's happening here in general and what files do we have. So that's important to understand how the minimal setup is going to look here. First file I'm opening, it's a TypeScript config.json. It's just for compilation or transpilation of TypeScript into JavaScript. TypeScript cannot be executed natively. So maybe you are using Python, it will not be the thing for you. Then README, well, just a README, there it's tried to describe what's happening here. Package.json is a very important file to us because it defines very important things and very important points. Basically, it explains how to build it. And most importantly, this thing, bin Alexis, it's what is the executable file we want to use. When you use MCP server, we will be using gRPC2 protocol for remote procedure call, and it will call this bin file with a proper remote with a proper RPC call, and it will give the data on that, pass the data and return the answer. Then package lock is boring. Those are just description of the dependencies I have here. And yeah, dependencies, basically the only real dependency is Model Context Protocol SDK, TypeScript SDK. Git ignore is not interesting. And that's the main file where I want to stay for a moment. Here are a few things happening we need to understand. So here we see import of the dependencies. We are going to use server and we are going to use stdio server transport. So server is the server capabilities. What's happening here? And stdio server transport is stdio is a standard transport, standard input output. It's used to communicate with server because basically server is nothing but executable script. What lays here in the build folder, this one. It's a JavaScript file, so it can be executed. Now, returning. Here is the definition of a server, and you see what tools are empty. It's actually not, I don't think it's great. I'm pretty sure what MCP documentation suggests it to do it different way. There is a TypeScript SDK and there should be an example on how to do it. And I should have used context 7. Yeah. So here we create additional tools like that, server register tools. Well, maybe it happens in my code just later. I guess it does. No, it does some more sophisticated set request handlers. It's definitely not the right way to do it, overly complicated. That's why, guys, you don't do shotgun prompting, but set the context first and explain how to do it. If I would just do something like that, use TypeScript SDK doc, TypeScript SDK doc, it would be much better, just like that. Like refactor it using TypeScript SDK doc, then you would get much better results. So take a look. I'm showing here the bad practice. We are showing here good practice. Okay, Brandon will show good practices and I will show bad practices. Okay, so we will have like good cop and bad cop.
Oh no, but I'm always bad cop. Okay.
Okay, next time we will throw a coin who is going to be good cop and bad cop.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so we see what here we have list tools. Think what going to return all the tools. Instead of defining tools here, it defines them here as a request handler, which is strange, but well, okay. And here we have this tool definition. Now I want just one more time remind it, LLM models, they don't change anything. And if right now we go here, they only write text and read text. If we go here, if we go to system prompt, system prompt, I want to go actually to modes, sorry. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, done. If I go to my code, edit, and I go to preview system prompt, and I create here a new file, system prompt mdem, and copy paste here this file, and then do search for Alexis. I will see in connected MCP servers is what we have an MCP server, what has one available tool, ultimate question, get the ultimate answer, blah, 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 and how it looks. So that's the first important part of MCP, and everything first MCP does, returns answer of available tools, and then MCP client, in our case kilocode, injects it into the system prompt. That's it. I will not keep this file. I don't need it, just wanted to show it to you. So let me delete it. Good. So this definitely can be simplified, but it already works. And now I want to actually directly go to one more thing. I want to enable my MCP in cloud. One of like the very, very killer feature of MCP is interoperability. Ability to use it with very different clients. So you just show it working with kilocode. But what if I want to use it with Cloud? I have Cloud up here installed. And I might need to use some MCPs. So I'm going to go add things here. I will need settings. And I will need developer settings. And I'm going to edit config, and that's my cloud desktop config JSON, which is empty. And I'm going to add my server definition right there. So I have here, that description should be overall fully compatible. And MCP servers, Alexis, I need to grab this part. Just put it here. I hope nothing is wrong. It's a little bit too small. Let me try to make it bigger. Yeah, so you can see what's happening here. So, and I want to have this all. I want to keep it very simple. It's just a command Node.js and args, so full path to my file. And that should be enough. It's saved. So I can close it. For now, for reliability, I will just relaunch Cloud, so I will be sure Cloud up. So I will be sure it uses. And now we can ask something like, what MCP servers do you have enabled? Live coding is always scary. Something can go wrong. Yeah, but take a look at this. It works. It knows about MCP. And now notice, if you have experience with Cloud App, you might saw it using web search or web fetch or doing artifacts. It's all also done through MCPs. Those are not somehow enabled native tools like kilocodes write file, but those are MCP tools what I enabled. And as you can guess, now we can answer the ultimate question. And we will see if it will go to the, it wants to use external integration. It wants to use my Alexis thing. I'm going to allow it. And request goes, and we see what the ultimate answer to life, the universe, and everything is. 43. You've been lied all the life. It's actually 43 as we know right now. Yeah, I made Cloud just answer 43 instead of 42. And it was, Philip, it was 42, but don't forget about the change I did in my MCP. It's here, and I've just transpiled this thing to become 43, and now Cloud returns the answer to be 42. Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty cool thing. Wait, like, is there... I see some sirens. Is that police coming for me? I don't know, no. I hope it's just like fire brigade maybe, or doctors to treat me in the psychiatric clinic nearby. Good. So take a look, guys, what happened. We spent, I don't know, just a few minutes. We have a simple MCP server running, and it's not the best way implemented by it running. So I hope you will use your SDK properly. Don't do shotgun prompting, and use proper documentation. Set up the context first with the docs, and then develop it as in this example. And as in the example of the SDK you are going to use. And you also saw me using this MCP locally as defined in MCP JSON in .kilocode. And you also saw me using this MCP in Cloud App, hijacking Cloud. Well, not really hijacking, but it looks like I'm hijacking Cloud. Good. So with that, I hope you understand what's going to happen next. It's going to be lab 1. Make your own tiny MCP. With that, I'm switching us here, and with that, I'm launching countdown timer. There is a countdown timer running on your screen. You have 10 minutes to quickly go use your freshly received credits and burn them on building your own MCP. For now, keep it simple. If you feel shy, but if you are advanced developer, then of course go for it. But you have 9 minutes, 37 seconds left. We will move on deeper. If you are not familiar with API usage, we will begin using API in the next demo and the next lab. Whew. So, Brandon, while they are coding, what do you think about? There were any good questions? Maybe something we can read out aloud while people are coding?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of discussion about Grok 4, which is like one of the newer models, of course, that came out. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it has this different pricing tiers that aren't really clear to me yet. I was trying to read about it. I think maybe it's similar to Gemini, where like if you have a larger context window, the pricing goes up, but I'm not sure. One way or another, I haven't seen a lot of folks impressed with it yet. I mean, AI moves very fast, so tomorrow it could be a different story. But some folks were not super impressed with the output that they're getting from Grok 4. On I've seen in Discord and some Reddit posts. So yeah, it should be interesting. It's always interesting when a new model comes out.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I'm very agree with you on that. Yeah, I haven't tried Grok, and actually, I'm not even sure if I will. I have some problems with Twitter X Musk ecosystem. I'm trying to stay a little bit away from it for obvious reasons. Yeah, and yeah, so guys, I really don't want to make this chat political. Let's stay away from this. But there are some concerns and gray zones, and I don't want to get into that. And yeah, I doubt it's good and it will be good in programming. I think it's designed for.
There's another interesting model from a company I hadn't heard of before called Venice that came out today, and it's an uncensored model, which I think again is less important for like political stuff. But the interesting use case there is, models are typically very averse to doing things that like might be security testing and probing, which is of interest to me because it's like before I was at, a couple of roles ago, actually, I was in security. And, I really do think that the right way to secure things is to test them from the outside in, right? Like, and that's why, you see folks really successful with like things like HackerOne, where humans are actively trying to test the security from the outside. But of course, the models, probably rightly so, if you ask them, hey, can you try to attack this, are going to say no. So it'll be interesting to see if an uncensored version of the models, which is basically what this Venice AI is trying to make, has a positive or a negative impact, right? Like, is it a negative impact because it enables a lot of people to do silly things and stuff that you wouldn't want to have happen, or is it positive? That it lets you kind of do things that other models won't let you do, like, hey, can you pen test my app for me? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yep.
For sure.
Sorry to interrupt you. There are a few people asked for how to get credits, some latecomers, I guess. So you just go to your killercode.ai profile. Let me send a link there. Boom. And you claim the code, you claim the credits using code MCP July. Also in the chat. Yes. Good. Sorry for interrupting you. Just wanted to answer a question.
Yeah, no problem. Kilo also interrupted me because I'm trying to write my pizza MCP right now.
Oh, so do you have this superpower? Are you capable of talking and writing code simultaneously?
Only if Kilo's involved, right? Like it's writing the code for me. Like, it's all vibes. I did a massive shotgun prompt to orchestrator mode that said, hey, just go write me. To be fair, I did get context. I found a Node.js project that uses, there's a pizza company in the US, which you said not to get political, which, people's choice of pizza gets really political very quickly. but there's a pizza company in the US called Domino's that does actually have an API for ordering pizza. And so I gave it I gave Kilo the Node.js SDK for the Domino's pizza API. And right now, I mean, it's building out. It's got types that it's building out. It's doing all kinds of stuff. Error handling. Yeah, we'll have a pizza MCP before this is done. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it'll exist.
Yeah. That built no for server. So people asked for building a client docs. Yeah. So I see there are two SDKs available at the moment, MCP TypeScript SDK or Python SDK, depending on what's familiar to you. But that's the main documentation here. For Python, let me copy link. Yeah, so there are the links to the docs, what's recommended to be. I see Francisco Barragan asks about the marketplace of modes. And I believe actually something like that is happening right now, but we will get to it in the last part of today's workshop. Now, about I don't know. I saw like first time user never used MCP. MCP confused me. How did you add it to the AI chat? So there are two things I want to say about that. So you see, how did I add my MCP to this chat? Answer is very simple. There is a .kilocode MCP JSON file which describes all the MCP servers. And here it has server definition Alexis, which is going to be used via command node, use node.js, and that's the argument on how you launch it, basically path to my MCP server. As it's a special location .kilocode mcp.json, a kilocode looks in this folder and catch sub documentation, documentation configuration here automatically, so it appears in my MCP servers as a project server. And basically that's it. Now, the very second thing I wanted to say on that. This workshop is like 1-2 hours long. And obviously, and previous workshop was also 2 hours. It's fun, then you participate with us and answer questions and play the quiz, and we super love it and super enjoy it. But we have to admit, as an educational video when the workshop is over, just as educational video on the stream and on YouTube, it just sucks because like it should be maybe 20 minutes and no questions and no quiz because quiz competition is over. So I will record a special version of this workshop and a special version of a previous workshop. And I highly recommend you, if you didn't work with MCP before, to watch this video. For now, I can only suggest you reading my blog post, which explains the fundamentals of MCP, and I'm pretty proud of this one. Link has been somewhere before in the chat. Later. So with that, we have 1 minute 30 seconds left. Oh, I'm covering kilocode chat with your video feed. Yeah, right. Actually, okay, I guess I will just switch back to the slides. So I will not cover it. That's a tricky. Which blog post? Okay, which blog post? Which blog post? Okay, let me share my. I'm really proud of this blog post. So it was blogkilocode.com. How AI models use APIs. This blog post. I think it's one of the best posts I wrote. I'm like very proud of this one, and I wrote quite some in my life. So very much suggested to read. Although maybe you know it all already. Yeah, will kilocode create our own LLM in the future? Brandon, do you think we will create our own LLM in the future?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's not the skill set that we're building for right now. We really want, I think that there's a massive race on and probably in the end a race to the bottom, right? For like, who can make the best, cheapest model between, folks with a lot more experience and backing than us, like Anthropic and Google and all those folks. So I do think that where we're focused right now is like how can we use those models to make developers more effective. And so yeah, I think maybe that's not a today thing, and not something we have planned at all. But yeah, I think that the tuning that we can do around how do you use a model most effectively is probably the best thing that we can give back to the community right now. In fact, I was just thinking about this the other day, Alex. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Like, there's so many open source tools, even VS Code, or sorry, rather like GitHub Copilot now, like is open source, right? Or has parts of it that are open source. It's like I wonder what we could learn as prompt engineers or context engineers, whatever you want to call it, from the like system prompts and how all these things work. Like that's something that I've been kind of playing with in my head. Like, is there lessons for the human beings to learn about how to work with AI better based on what all these other humans that have built tools on top of AI have learned? Something I'm thinking about.
Yeah, agree. And now, I'm very happy with VS Code. I will definitely not be into developing new IDEs. It's good enough, open source enough, and like fits my standards pretty nicely. And for LLM development, no, I'm not sure I'm qualified enough. I'm not enough into machine learning and neural networks. I'm more into applied development and developer tools, developer productivity, maybe. Yeah, there are already plenty of smart guys doing that's my smart guys and girls. So I think that will be enough. So let's move on. How are we doing by time? We are doing pretty nicely with time. So now we are going to the next thing. If you need some more time, don't worry, you will have all the time. Brandon, then the credits expire?
Yeah, the credits expire at the end of July 31st.
So you basically have like 20 days now.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And I shared when you apply your credits, you get a little countdown timer, but I'll share it again in the chat. And you should just pin that countdown timer because then you know how much time do I have left.
Yeah.
Those credits.
Makes sense. Okay.
Fun fact, that countdown timer, I actually vibe coded with Kilo. So it's very meta, right?
Right. Good. Okay. So let's move. Now, okay, knowing what ultimate answer to ultimate question is 43 is very helpful. Now we are going to make it more useful. That also will be demo. Now I will be using openmeteo.com. Now, what is OpenMeteo? That's a very simple meteorology forecast API website, which is good because it's free and doesn't require any complications like whatever tokens, personal access tokens, and passwords. You can just call it. So I'm going to make my MCP useful in the way of bringing of current weather to my location, so I know what's the temperature and what about the rain right now. You all can say like theoretically I can just turn on to a window, right? But it's like I don't want to turn away from my IDE. I better have temperature forecast right in kilocode. So that's going to be a much better way to do it. So I'm going to prepare something. Now, obviously, OpenMeteo suggests its own SDK. I don't want to use this SDK for now. I want just to use a simple HTTP call. So I will search for location, for my location, which is Otterberg, Germany, to have latitude and longitude. Then I'm going to request information, which is current weather temperature, current weather rain, and do I need anything? Say, like, let's say wind speed. It will be enough. Good. And I'm going to use non-commercial license, Celsius, blah, 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 blah. So that's how my API URL looks like. Yeah, again, I will be just using API URL. For some other use case, you definitely better go with SDK. There is an SDK for this site. I will not use it it for now. So yeah, you can use it with TypeScript, and there is npm install OpenMeteor. Maybe I should actually, but again, I want to keep it simple. If I keep it simple, then you have more time to write your own implementation for this API server or for any other API server of your use. So let's go. I'm going to my kilocode. I'm going to my IDE. I'm switching to a previous task, actually. And I will proceed in the same task because it's already knows context, and context window should be not full. That's pretty major bug, actually, but okay, for now. And I want to add a new tool to this MCP. Get weather. No parameters. It returns weather in Germany. Use this URL to fetch data. The only thing I want to do is to make it in a separate file. Definitely makes sense to keep different providers in a different files, not in one like mega file. So use this URL. Make a separate file for it. Use this URL to fetch data. Let's go.
Hey, Alex, can
What?
we
No?
move us?
Oh,
We're over top of your chat.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I need you, my dear sir. We are switching to coding mode. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but well, I just typed to request what you've heard already. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good.
There we go. Love it.
Yes. Good. So now you see, now we update the main server. So it's created a new file, weather.ts, weather functionality for Otterberg, Germany. It uses this interface, it even defines this data, what it's received from this request, temperature, rain, wind speed. Nice. Okay, jumping. Now it will try to build it. Yeah, npm run build. So let's build. And so yeah, everything is green. So I guess it will try to use the new tool. Yeah, ultimate question is already in always hello, so it knows what it runs. Why 40 did it fix? It fixed it again. Cloud fixed my
it keeps seeing your mistake.
Yeah, it thinks it's a mistake, and Cloud Sunnet just fixed my answer from 43 to 42. Like, oh no, I don't know. Like, it's keep fighting with me. But now it wants to use getWeather. getWeather is not approved yet, so I will just say approve. We can see what it's returned. It returned weather in Otterberg, Germany. Temperature looks about right. Rain, there is no rain, pretty sunny. I'm going to ride my motorcycle right after this workshop. It looks super nice. There is a wind, but not that bad, like totally rideable.
Isn't there always wind when you're riding? I don't ride motorcycles. Isn't there always wind when you're riding? It seems like
no, of course, but that's like natural wind, which comes like that, and I'm proper aero designed for this wind-ish, but strong side wind when you own a sport bike, for example, which has like in a single piece, with very few hole side wind, especially gusts, they can be very, very tricky and sometimes even dangerous. Well, I don't ride sport usually, so my bike is not that dressed, but still. Yeah, but actually you get used to that over years of riding, of course. Still, I don't want to ride in the storm. It's fun. Don't want, like, my girlfriend is very against that, Good. Good. So it works. By the way, now I'm pretty sure we can ask Cloud for weather in Otterberg. I will restart it to be sure it's fetched. Cloud and good at works. What's wherever it's well typo. In order, does it work? Theoretically, it should. It's been rebuilt. Yeah, it tries to use getWeather tool at Alexa's server. I will always allow it. Request contains no parameters, and yeah, basically it gives the same temperature, slightly extended to pleasant weather conditions today. Now, in my blog post, I exactly understand how it works. It might look like cloud fetched something or cloud did search, and then it returns there are two request response cycles. I explain it in my blog post. So, pleasant weather conditions today. So that works. And if we take a look at weather TS, we can see what's like this file introduces interface. It makes these asynchronous functions get Otterberg weather, make this URL as a const, fetches it, and then parses it, obviously, and returns a format like that. Not formatted properly, but like okay for now. We will fix it with linter later. That's how it works. If we take a look at index.ts, we will see what there are a set request handler call tool request schema, two tools, what it can call, and also we see what list tools returns tool list like that. Now, please notice again, that's not how you normally do it. SDK provides more convenient tools to define your tools. So set context first. In my main branch, it looks better than in my fresh branch. Good. So I guess it's hands-on time. Brandon, are there any good questions maybe?
I saw a question earlier. I don't know if you addressed it about like, do MCP servers increase or decrease your API usage costs?
Oh, yeah,
so I
go
think
for
that's
go.
There's lots of
Go.
detail there. Yeah.
Answer.
Yeah. So I think the answer is yes. So on one side, having MCP servers enabled are going to necessarily increase your system prompt, right? And so because so from the baseline, it's going to increase the cost slightly, right? Because your system prompt's going to be larger. And so unless you're kind of actively working with a lot of MCPs, you don't necessarily want to have them all enabled because it'll put them into your system prompt every time. Now, having said that, if you're smart about what MCPs you're using, it could actually decrease your costs over time, right? Because it's giving more context to the AI, right? That is more useful. So if you're smart about enabling and disabling MCPs that are going to actually help, the context be better for your AI, it's going to overall decrease, in my mind, the cost you're going to need. Because otherwise, if it doesn't have the context, it's going to be going and trying to figure out, wait, let me look. Wait, this doesn't work. Oh, wait, I'm using Tailwind 3, not Tailwind 4. I should have thought about that beforehand, right? It's like, but if instead I said, oh, hey, use context 7 and always use the latest Tailwind docs, it's like now it gives the AI a much higher chance of getting it right the first time. But that's not just a universal rule that yes, MCP makes it cost less. It's like you have to be, again, I think my next content piece for Kilo is going to be about this concept of context engineering, which people are kind of using to replace the term prompt engineering.
Yeah.
And Simon Williamson, who knows way more than me, has already written about it, but I'm going to try and write about it for our community. It's like you controlling the context that the AI gets is how you're going to be a better engineer with AI in the future. And so that's true with MCP as it's true with everything else, right? And so that's really critical.
Yeah, very agree with you. And yes, theoretically, it definitely consumes more. So Justin asked me to show the Так, mode to show system prompt. How system prompt changed? That's a pretty good point. So let's do it. I want to preview system prompt, and I cannot really extend it here. So no, I will copy paste it, copy, and I will create a new file, system prompt md, and I will put it here. Oops. Yeah, and then I can search for Alexis, and we see that, what is that? So no, there are some changes happening, but it doesn't matter. We see what there are two available tools, design it and explain it. It's input schema. Also notice what output schema also can be explained here, and theoretically should be, I guess. Yeah, but that's enough for the beginning. Yeah, so about costs. About costs, I also wanted to say what. So, no, obvious thing, it makes system prompt bigger, so more tokens. If it makes you more productive, it can be a win over a longer time, definitely, yes, and actually huge win. Huge win, because most priceless things is not token. Most priceless thing is your time, actually. You always can earn more money, but it's not, I haven't discovered yet a way to earn more time, maybe healthier lifestyle. Okay. But there is a secret hidden cost, what's not obvious. More API calls. So again, LLMs don't use tools. LLMs write text. So when I'm asking something here, like what's the ultimate Weber in Otterberg, or whatever, ultimate question. I hope it will understand what I mean, not sure. It will first make an API request to the LLM. When LLM will decide it wants to use my MCP server, then it uses my MCP server here on the computer. And what happens? API request again. If it would answer without using MCP, if I do a new task and ultimate question without MCP, when how many requests it will be? One. Theoretically, if it will ignore my, yeah, so it does only one API request, notice. So that's can be a big difference over time. Each MCP usage is an additional API call. And that also has to be considered in many scenarios. But, well, it's not different to a native tool usage. So when you edit file, for example, that also will be two API calls, first with a request and command to use it, and then the results of this edit. So there is no difference between MCP and native tools. But very important to understand what, yes, it does come with the cost. We are your friends on that. So yes, there can be some complications, and you might want to stay careful with that if you are limited, on a budget. Good. So, Brandon, I think it's a time for timer. Let's do, or you want to add something right now?
No, I think that's great. Yeah, let's get back to.
Yeah, good. Let's get back to, and ladies and gentlemen, you know well, what happens now. I'm launching countdown, and now you have 10 minutes to make a simple API call, or maybe advanced API call, then if you're ready to go for it. Meanwhile, Murphy asked a very, very, very important question. How can we make the response less chatty? Why can we make the response just ultimate answer is 42? Yes, we can, and yes, they should, and yes, personally, I do it all the time. Now, for the workshops and for videos, I'm usually trying to use not changed behavior of the killer code. So you see on the screen the same thing as you get in real life. But in my real work, I have very tuned, very adjusted custom modes with custom instructions, what badly cut off all this bullshit. So, and output tokens are pretty expensive, more expensive than input tokens. So how do I do it? Let me switch. I'm going here. I'm going to mode. For example, let me set it to ask mode, and I'm doing edit for ask mode. And there are mode specific instructions, blah, 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 blah. And custom instructions for all modes. So you can set custom instructions for every code, every mode. But for example, I here want to tune ask mode, or maybe even create my own mode. What I do, for example, for architect, I'm not satisfied with default instructions of architect. They are way too chatty. It will create ton of mermaid diagrams and so on and so forth. Like, I don't need it. It actually even tries to plan migrations, designing like this part will take 3 days, this part take 4 days. What days we are talking about, we are implementing in the next 10 minutes. So I'm cutting it off super badly.
Exactly.
I'm cutting everything off, and so you can create your own mode, which is very much recommended. You can edit global modes, edit project modes. In my case, I will just go to ask question and set it. For example, mode-specific custom instructions include mermaid diagrams when they clarify your response. I don't need mermaid diagrams. I want it to be keep answer very short, or as short as possible. Now it's done. Now let's see, I'm starting a new task, and I'm in the ask mode. I just adjusted. Ultimate question. So let's see what will happen now. Well, I guess it should use my MCP server. Second request. Well, I wouldn't call it super short.
It's shorter, but
it's shorter. It's shorter.
It really
but
Claude really likes to talk. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I think the point is my custom instruction contradicts to what's said before. Get answer and explanation. You can analyze code. Always answer the user's questions. Oh, for example, there is a conflict. Always answer the user questions thoroughly. No, I don't want it. If I will need detailed explanation, I will ask for detailed explanation. So I updated it. I set it, and now let's do new task. And you know what happens next. Ultimate question. Slightly better, but it's still trying to inject something. But yeah, it's got shorter. So we are moving on the right way. Good. So now I'm really curious on how it goes with our... Oh, and because I changed it with theme, countdown timer restarted, which is not great. But well, you just got more time to write your code, and we will answer the questions meanwhile. So Murphy, about these things, I really go for custom modes, and I decide my own modes so they work precisely as I want them to work. That's a pretty good deal. Yeah, so that's what I usually do.
Yeah, I shared, it's a little bit of a little underhanded, but I've been working on a code roasting mode where it will read my code and then roast me about how bad it is back. Which is then also funny to have it roast its own code that it just wrote from Kilo, which is fun. But I'm also like, I'm accepting comments on that to, to help me improve that. It's brand new, the code roasting mode.
Yeah. Speaking of that, even before when we were talking about new LLMs, thing I'm really curious about is Morph model, like for making code changes, these kind of things. Very interested, and also there should be something more suitable for pull request reviews, which is a very big deal. Like guys from CodeRabbit doing job to make automated pull requests better with LLMs. Like I'm looking at their work right now. That's yeah. In general, many interesting things were happening. There is question. Do you post those prompts for this or those modes anywhere? Super interested. I'm preparing material for a separate blog post and video on the customization and tuning to fit your own skill, to fit your own way to work and skill set. Different coders have different style to work. Mine is pretty different from Brandon's. And who is right and who is wrong? Everyone is right as long as it suits you and serves your purpose, makes you happy. Then that's what right. So my style will be different to his, and therefore I create my own separate mode with my own custom instructions. I will sum it up and I will post more content about that. So stay tuned for AI-related things. Everything of mine goes to Killer Code blog. And for non-AI or non-Killer Code related things, everything goes on my LinkedIn. Just wanted to say hi, Dominic. Dominic V, I recognize you. We are friends on LinkedIn. Just chatted recently. Так.
Nice. It looks like somebody built a video downloader MCP that's working.
Cool.
Yeah. Then you could download this video once it's a playback, and then have it build MCPs automatically, and like just a self. We have a term in English, maybe self-licking ice cream cone, right? Where you just MCPs building MCPs, and then it's like on forever, and burning lots of tokens, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it.
Yeah. I think we can, for burning tokens, we also will release a lot of content because it's a topic what bothers many people. And there are plenty of things can to be done on minifying. Most of all, applying more conscious and wise strategies on development. So you don't do shotgun prompting and then rework the whole application 3 times until you get the result. I prefer to do small changes, step by step, prepare the context, then make the plan, then read through the plan, adjust the plan, add the things or remove the things on your likings, and then ask code mode to just apply this plan. So like pretty traditional approach that's works good for my taste and usually pretty efficient. But it's easier for me to speak because I wrote my first software over, what was it, 1992? So over 30 years ago? No, cannot be. Yeah, over 30 years ago. And then later was working in software engineering for a really long time. So now it gets natural. I know what I want and I know how it should be done, nearly always. Then, of course, it's easier for me to get from Killer Code what I want to get from Killer Code. Yeah,
that's how harder. I can tell from your T-shirt. You've got an old post from an old motherboard on the T-shirt.
Yeah. Yes. That's actually my first computer was before Pentium 1 was released. So it was, my neighbor had 386 and I was, but I was not that lucky. I only had access to the ZX Spectrum or Russian fork of the ZX Spectrum.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun times. Yeah.
My first one was my first one I had access to was a people call it the trash 80, but TRS 80. I didn't think it was trash. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's not trash. I mean, back in the days, it was wonderful.
Exactly, yeah. And I I kind of ruined it. Like, I don't know if it was that computer or the next one, but like I have it in my bio that there was some computer I definitely changed the display settings to a point where you couldn't recover. I don't know if you remember that, the ability to do that back in the day, but I definitely did that to a family computer at one point, and my dad was not happy with me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember a friend of mine who was the first in our area who got first Pentium 1. He was a good friend, so from time to time I was spending time at his place. Luckily, he lived next to me, like 10 minutes from my place. I was learning QBasic back then on his machine.
Nice, nice.
And obviously, I couldn't leave by his place, although his mom was very friendly to me. But still, like, there are some other things to do. And when I really had a withdrawal syndrome from his PC, and I had a special paper, a special like notebook. I've been writing like QBasic code, trying to compile it myself mentally in my head, and just like designing the things so I can prepare in advance. So when I will have 1-2 hours to sit by his computer, I can go quickly to the development instead of just like thinking about something. That was quite crazy time.
Nice, nice. That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
You had it queued up.
Yeah. So, are there any good questions?
No,
So I
people
see
were sharing
people.
their first. No, not a lot of questions. People were sharing their first
Mm-hmm.
computer, which is always like fun to know. But it dates you pretty well, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, Alex, I wasn't writing code yet in 1992, but that's okay. um, Maybe you were just an advanced prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just very lucky with my older brother,
Ah,
who like he is 10 years old, almost 10 years older than me. So when he went to university, my parents bought for him this Spectrum. It was he's 20 years old, and I was 10 years old, therefore something like that. Yeah.
yep. Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was nice. Good. Okay, so I think time is over. I think you have enough time to implement something. And you still will have time next few hours or next few days to implement your own MCP server. I've been thinking, Brandon, isn't there a chance what like we have right now in the moment, almost 200 people in the stream. I'm looking at it. It should be 170 concurrent viewers right away. So we have, and like many of them are coding right now. There must be a noticeable chance that right today, right on the stream, some new MCP was born, which will become new Context 7 or new GitHub MCP, what will be used by everyone on the planet. There is a chance of it.
I think so. I think it's possible. It could be the pizza. That could be the pizza one, right? Like, you don't know. You never know.
Right, right. No, pizza definitely has very big chances.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm a little
yeah.
biased. I'm a little biased, I guess, since it's mine. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
So-
actually about to. I'm about to install it into my Claude desktop right now. So we'll see.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wow.
I don't know if it works or not, but here we go.
Like, I don't know, maybe you want to try to share your screen?
I can.
You can you see it's not rigged yet in my streaming profile, but I think we still can make it possible. You can share your screen in the Meet,
Yep, I'm working on that.
and I will put it on the screen so we will see yours. That's, I think, pretty cool idea.
Only problem being that
So,
my screen's a little big, but that's okay. It'll be okay.
mhm.
Why is it not?
We are waiting for Pizza MCP, like it's a big deal.
Oh, I can't get it to share my whole screen. Hold on.
Maybe application screen will be enough.
Yeah, let me try just my application. Almost there. This is thrilling. Yeah, I was gonna say this is thrilling. Where is?
Da-da-da.
Trying to find my kilo code that I'm using. You know. Oh,
We
it only
really
shows
can't
me
wait to
things that are
see it.
on the current desktop. Okay, here we go.
Oh, good.
All right, I'm going to send you the link. Or do I share it on my
no,
head?
just Hangouts. It will be fine for a
Okay.
temporary.
Sorry, I thought I was doing there.
We haven't practiced it before,
Yeah.
so guys, that's a live coding happening very live. So let me make it bigger. Yeah, screens.
Yeah.
Sharing quality is not at its best. I don't know if guys can see it anyhow.
But yeah, this is it wrote a whole README for it, and you can like find
Mm-hmm.
your local store because this is
Mm-hmm.
all. To be fair, the Domino's API is like very well documented. npm installed
Mm-hmm.
Domino's in case anybody's wondering.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can search for nearby stores. You can then let you find the store you want, like see if they're available for delivery, and then see their full menu and make an order. And so yeah, the next thing I was doing is it had this this context, and it actually made it for me here, this Claude context. So I was going to edit my config, and I can open this with VS Code. So this is my actual Claude desktop config, and go ahead and save that. Oops, and then let me see. Do I have to relaunch Claude desktop? Do you know to have it work?
Brandon, could you please press Command plus on the numpad? It will make it bigger so we can see it
Yep.
better because screen resolution, sadly, through double streaming from first to me. Yep. First to me and then second to you, to YouTube is of course not the best. Yeah, that should be much better. You can focus on the share screen, unpin, more options, remove from the call, don't watch. I frankly don't know how to focus on the shared screen, guys, if you tell me. Yeah, it kind of is full screen.
All right, and I'm going to share. I'm going to actually present my Claude desktop window now, if that's okay, because I do have it working in Claude desktop now, which is going to be fun. Okay, so if I share something else, yeah, sorry, we're really doing this live, folks. We were not planning on showing my screen. Next time, Alex, practice for like the next time I'm on stream with sharing.
Yeah.
So
better. Yeah, now it's good. Now it's better.
Can you use the Domino's pizza MCP, which I spelled wrong, but Claude's smarter than me, so it'll figure it out. Yeah. Oh, it has tools, right? What would you like to do? Can you find me stores nearby? I should put not my address. Let's say Annapolis, Maryland. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, always allow. So yeah, it's actually calling out to my MCP server, and it didn't find anything. Looks like there might be an issue. Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe better address. Yeah. Notice, guys, that's very important to understand. MCP is not magic. It's translator of your request in the API calls. And if your request is shitty, and if API call cannot be executed on the server side, then no magic will happen.
Oh, it works.
Yeah,
so now, yeah, it works. The closest store is on Bay Ridge Road. I actually know. So I don't live in Annapolis. I live near Annapolis, but I know actually where that store.
Man, I'm pretty sure you can order pizza now. Doesn't matter if it's far away. And for the purpose of this stream, kilocode will cover your expenses. Because you just literally ordering pizza through the MCP server you developed 10 minutes ago. How the hell cool is that? I love programming.
All right, so I'm going to send it to my old high school, which is maybe too much information to give the internet. But here we go. Oh,
can you send pizza from?
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
First name. So it needs my name, right? Name. Brendan. Last name. O'Leary. Email. Brendan at kiloko.com. Phone number. Oh gosh. Oh no. Internet.
Let me hide your screen a little bit.
Yeah. Just do one. Yeah. Just give me one.
Yeah, I pulled it down.
Right.
There is a question: does the pizza cost? Sorry. I
Yeah.
hope you. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I was not ready. I cannot cover your phone call
It's okay.
properly.
That's a phone number that is a Google Voice number. So hopefully.
Okay.
Uh,
So cheese pizza large.
it's
Your order has
searching,
been created.
searching for cheese. Oh, got the full menu. Got the store ID. Category pizza. Yes, I agree. Oh, it's having issues with the menu. Oh, here's the menu. I can see from the menu that there are cheese pizza options. Let me try to add a large cheese pizza. I found, and this is the ID for a cheese pizza. Adding to the order.
I've successfully added a large cheese pizza to your order. Final pricing can validate the order, so it's happening. Order ID, that must be real ID.
Oh, I got an order
Store
ID.
address.
$27 with tax. It's coming to me.
Yeah.
Large
Order is
thing.
ready and validated.
Yep.
This
now,
is a demo order.
It is a demo order system. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. But yeah, that's
so
how
close.
that's how quick you can at least get a demo MCP working. But yeah, I think I probably needed a Domino's Pizza API key that I haven't created yet to make it real.
Now I really want pizza.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That wasn't planned at all, but went pretty cool. Oh my god, that is cool. Yeah, now everyone is hungry. So I think we are about to go to the lights part. Good. Now I'm switching to slides. I'm going to the very last call using Marketplace. So now, guys, there are two parts of making your MCP available to others. First part is about to have it buildable and executable. And there are basically two ways, or some scripts, like in my case, it's a JavaScript script, which needs to be on the machine which I want it to run, and it needs to be executable. That's okay when I use it locally, but not that much okay when I just want everyone to use it. For everyone to use it, I would think about two options. First, we can pack it into Docker image. When everyone is having Docker image, we'll be able to run it. Second option would be using some tools like in Golang. There you can compile it for different architectures, and you will need to compile it for Linux, when you will need to compile it for Mac Intel architecture, Mac ARM architecture, then some for Windows, so all these kind of things. That's the first thing. Second thing, we need to deliver it to others. To deliver it to others, we again have two ways. First way, if you are working like in the team, you can just like use your whatever internal tools to use it, or have your GitHub repo with releases and suggest to download it. But of course, you actually don't want it, because what you want is you want to install it just like what? Just like that. Let me hide myself, go into coding, and let me make it slightly bigger, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's big enough. So take a look. I'm going to kilocode settings, MCP servers, and there is a marketplace. This marketplace is actually a RU code marketplace. Before Klein was used, I believe. And that's, marketplace, which features different MCP servers, so GitHub, context, file system, and so on and so forth. Of course, I want Brandon's pizza MCP to be available everywhere. So how do we include it? How do we make it magically appear in this list? So I can install it just like that. Install button, project current workspace, installation method npx, install. Successfully install it. How does that happen? How does that happen so quickly? So Marketplace, let me show you. I'm going to my browser, and there are different MCP marketplace. Client uses its own root code, and kilocode share marketplace of root code. So how do you include yours? With pull request, of course. There is an explanation on how to do this. Let me move it a little bit so it will be bigger. Yeah. So, and there is an explanation on how it works and what's the contributing process. You fork the repository, you fork this root code marketplace, clone your fork to your machine, then create the item. They are stored there as a packages available. Well, it's all explained here. We will not do it today as a part of a workshop because my MCP is personal. I don't want to share it. You create a pull request based on your changes. I guess most of you are familiar with GitHub and Git and pull requests. And then there has been a review process. So maintainers of the code will review your request, and if it will be found worthy, then therefore it will be included into the MCP marketplace, and it will appear here on the MCP servers marketplace. Yeah, another option. Instead of building and installing it locally, installing with npx, for example, which still has some requirements, like to use it, I need npx install it on my machine. Maybe I don't want to. There is another way, which we again will not cover today, but I want you to know what it exists. Here, while maybe you've noticed it when installing Context 7, we can choose installation method remote server. The idea is this MCP can be running not only locally as an executable file, but somewhere else and accept those RPC remote procedure calls, gRPC version 2, accept them via internet as a remote server. So if I push remote, we see Context 7 successfully installed, and we see what appeared here in my MCP JSON. Context 7, it's type streamable HTTP, not some other type, just like type streamable, so it runs somewhere else. And that is the URL of this MCP server. We can try to access it. Mostly probably it will not work because I should not open it in browser. It should be used with gRPC. Yeah, right. So we see it uses JSON, sorry, not gRPC. Oh my God, not gRPC, JSON RPC. It uses JSON RPC 2.0. And you see what it returns in response with error because it wasn't requested properly. It should be done via proper request with MCP client, not via browser. But that's the idea of how it works. Good. So it's been quite some time, and you know what the time it is? Do we know what the time it is? It's quiz time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it quiz time? I was gonna guess.
It's quiz time.
People have been waiting for quiz time. They're excited.
Yes, that's definitely quiz time.
I'm also now hungry for pizza, by the way, too. I know that I did that to everyone else. I've done it to myself too. So we're all in the same boat.
You did. We have 150 people, so I want many people on main team.
Yeah, I want you share the Menti code again so folks can join.
Yes.
And by folks, I mean me.
Yes.
Closed it. Also, I will admit it now in front of everyone publicly that I am the person that chooses the silly answer every time. It is me.
I'm sending the link right now, but I suggest you use Menti on your phone, not on your laptop, because on the laptop you will need to see what's happening here. Good. And we have it running. We have it running here. It's quiz time. Oh, and we are hiding. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. I will move
we're
a
hiding the
little
QR
bit.
code now.
Yeah, we are hiding QR
We've got
code.
Kilo on one side. We've got QR codes on the other side. No coordination. We're working on it so we can get the QR code up.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Alex is actively
So,
changing us. Oh, hey, there we are. Awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be question number one. Sorry.
My suggested name is Tiger Baby. That's an interesting one. But I'll put myself in as O'Leary crew so people know. It's really me.
Good. We have 73. Yep. We have 74 players ready. I suggest you jump in because don't forget, winners get very nice non-expiring credits as prizes. Well, less people on the screen, smaller the competition, so everyone who wanted to join already joined. And let me see if there is anything important happening. Can you adjust the screen so we can see the QR code?
Yeah,
there is no. Yeah, there is no
QR code. You can see
there is no
code
QR
above,
code anymore.
And the it's menti.com. And
yeah.
Above. Yep. If you're not
Good.
on already.
Good. 86 players ready. 86 players ready. And 87. 85 Stop quitting. We need people joining, not quitting. I want everyone to have a chance. Give me 90 and give me 91 and give me 92 and give me 93 and 89, 90. Sold. So here we begin. So answer fast to get more points. In MCP terminology, what is a kilocode? It's MCP protocol, it's MCP server, it's MCP client, it's a fitness program for developers who spend too much time debugging MCP. Yeah, with your pizza servers, we definitely will need some fitness program. Yes, kilocode is MCP client. Most of you rocked it. Yes, no, MCP server is a thing we developed, and MCP protocol is a protocol overall. Kilo is an MCP client. A little bit unobvious here, I admit, but it's okay, you will learn it. 2 for fitness, yeah, well, me 2 for fitness. Good. So, who was fastest? Oh, Godel, Escher, Spock, familiar names from Discord, and Cobra, Zoran, I recognize, Murphy. Some familiar names here, and Ronald was the fastest. Hey, Ronald, write us on the YouTube chat from which region you are. I mean, who has such a good internet connection to be the fastest one this time? While we are waiting for Ronald to answer, I will proceed to the next question. Guys, I'm distracting him. So let's go on to the next question. Let's go. It's 95 players ready. We're getting more and more people here. So, answer fast to get more points. What file typically defines the entry point and scripts for an MCP server? MCP YAML containing service definitions, server config.js with MCP specific configurations, package JSON, no. I copy pasted all questions.
Copy and paste is amazing. But and like I said, normally I'm the one that selects it, but I didn't this time. So if anyone did, they're okay.
Yeah, but at least no one failed this time. It helped. No, guys, entry points and script of an MCP server are designed and packaged JSON, while MCP YAML describes overall available MCP server setting for the project. It's not service definitions and endpoints, but only MCP servers and its tasks, nothing more. So that's an unobvious answer. It's a package JSON. I now feel a little bit bad for the people who were developing maybe using Python. For them it won't be package JSON. I will think what we can do with that, but now let me see the leaderboard. There gonna be some crush. Hey, Godel Escher made it right. Triketra? DAP was the fastest, bringing to the first place, while the flag 60 points behind and a little bit Joshua on the second place. Good. So package JSON is designed for that, for TypeScript applications, but some people might have used Python. For them it will be different. Well, we will see what happens on the next question then. That's question number 3. And we have 93 players ready. So answer fast to get more points. What's the purpose of list tools method in MCP? To generate documentation, to return a list of available tools what server can execute, to enumerate all the supported input-output transfers, to count how many screwdrivers are in your toolbox. Okay, that everyone made, or almost everyone made. Yeah, list tools method in MCP is to return list of available tools what server can execute. And leaders, none of the leaders made no mistakes, but who was fastest? DAP was fastest again. Okay, now we will ask DAP where he comes from, where is he physically located like right now. And Gödel and Joshua are doing good fight, taking good fight here, staying on the second and third. Oh, that's a Pittsburgh, PA. That's interesting. Where are we located? Where is our MCP server located? I don't know, frankly. I'm located in Europe.
It's got to be US East 1, I'm betting, which is not far from Pittsburgh, especially.
Makes sense. Yeah, totally.
It's maybe, I don't know kilometers, but yeah, Pittsburgh.
Good.
It's maybe,
okay.
It's maybe like 200 miles away from US East 1, so that's pretty close.
And we see 5 players are dropped off, which makes less competition for others. Okay, they are returning. But still now we go 94 players ready. With that we launch question number 4 and answer fast to get more points. Which method is used to handle tool calls in MCP server? Call tool, execute function, handle tool request. Hope it works in please and thank you wrapper. Okay, I think this one will be easy. You must all have used that by now. Yeah, correct answer is call tool. And as I checked in the latest SDK, it shouldn't be handle tool request. Definitely not hope it works, and definitely not execute function if you don't wrap it, but we speak about native SDKs. So let's see how it goes with please leaderboard. Oh no! And DAP made a mistake. That drops him to the 5th place, and Ardu was fastest, getting to the 6th. But then the leaderboard completely changed. Joshua is on the 1st place. He did no mistakes, maybe wasn't the fastest, but made no mistakes. Then AKZ, don't know how to read it, is on the 2nd, and David is on the 3rd. Good. Oh, Wouter, familiar face, like you already have a lot of credits from the last week. But well, good luck, man. We really appreciate your support. And that's going to be question number 5. And I'm very agree with Cobra. That's a snake's wisdom. No bad answer is better than the speed. Like, listen to the wise snake. 90 players ready. And here we go. Answer fast to get more points. Which protocol does MCP use for communication? RESTful HTTP API, JSON RPC 2.0, GraphQL, Freestyle Dance, and maybe emotional expressions. That's right. MCP for communication uses JavaScript Object Notation, Remote Procedure Call version 2. It's not RESTful, definitely, and not necessarily HTTP. That's a JSON RPC2 protocol used for communication. Good. Alex did not told us this in the previous webinar. That's correct. I mentioned JSON RPC at least 3 times today. And freestyle, I don't do a lot of freestyling. I'm more into like other things. Good. So what's on the leaderboard? Oh, look, that's incredible. DAP is back after doing a mistake. Murphy was fastest. Murphy was fastest. That is really cool. And I'm pretty sure Murphy is not in the East Coast. I'm pretty sure Murphy is in another area, while Joshua, AKZ, and now Casper on the first 3 places. But now notice there is a huge difference between second place and third place. Why? Because those 2 first places didn't make mistakes, and now there is over what? Almost 500 points difference between first and second. If, like, we don't know, maybe Joshua and AKZ will make mistake, then it can change. But if they won't, I'm pretty sure they can keep first and second places. They're fighting between each other. Whew. Now, that's a question number 6. 88 players ready. 2 players dropped, maybe. Will we have 90? It's a final question. It's a final question, and the tension is high. Tension is so high. 88 players ready, and I'm launching the last question of this quiz. So answer fast to get more points. How do AI models use API normally? They make HTTP requests using built-in network capabilities. They use curl commands embedded in their training data. They don't. Precisely. This is the last week's question because I was very sure I will get some of you. No, seriously, AI models do not use API. They are technically incapable of that. No, they cannot make HTTP requests. They receive the text, they return the text, and then maybe agent can do HTTP requests for them. I told it to you multiple times. So please remember, HTTP requests AI models don't do. They cannot. Them always must be a wrapper. So right answer is they don't. I'm pretty sure none of the leaders will make mistake. Now we need some drum roll. I really need to add drum roll to the quiz music, I think. And what is... Oh no! Oh no! That's a plot twist. I didn't expect that. So Joshua, going on a slow speed, made no mistake, never was the fastest as far as I remember, but still made it to the first place with 5,337 points, which will be well awarded. Then DAP, Val, Murphy, Captain Saul Goodman, Sylvan, Godel Escher Spock, Beat42 aka KZ, who made it to stay in top 10. And then John. Leaders, make the screenshot of your screen. You will need it to get the prize. Make the screenshot. Applied Ellipsis asks, how did I get 137 out of 103? There were more participants at some moments. Maybe it counted all unique participants, I guess.
Yeah, I think the end must have only the end participants. And I would say before you go, I plugged it in the chat, but remember everybody, the next session we're having, we're going to be joined by our friends from Anthropic, and we've got a lot of special things planned for you with that. It's called The Art of Prompt Engineering, and we'll be joined by Carly Ryan from Anthropic, and Alex will be here hosting us again. It's gonna be great.
Yes,
and
I'm
it's gonna be
pasting.
awesome.
I'm pasting the link. I'm pasting the link right away.
Yeah.
So if you liked this workshop, now thumbs up. Like I'm watching you right now. Don't be lazy, push this thumbs up button. And now there is a next event for you. I'm going for vacation, so we will have a stop for some time. Not for long though. That's a link for the next workshop.
Yeah. And fun fact, the credits that you get today from the code of MCP July, if you haven't already gotten them, they expire on the day of the next workshop. So it's great. You just keep it rolling. We'll have great ideas there. And then also there's a request, Alex, do you have the map still of folks that joined today?
No.
Right?
I didn't do it today. Last time we started the real educational content way too late, so I wanted to cut down the intro part a little bit. So I didn't ask where are you all people allocated, but last time it was just like absolutely truly globally everywhere. Now, about a very good point of what topics we should cover next, Alessia asks. Take a look first. Feedback. Let's make it very quickly. Set it to just set it to 10, and we can keep moving. Just set it to 10, and I move to the next slide. Yeah, right. Keep it coming, like everyone. What 97? What 97? What are you doing? Like, who's doing that? Don't you dare. No, I'm kidding, of course. Set fair rate. Set what you think about that. I see 28, 30 people, 32, and make me 35, and make me 36 is good. Like, who will give me? That's 39. That's a 40. Make me 45. Make me 45. Who gives 45? No. Now, like, get to 50. Get to 50. Everyone here, get to 50. I want to see you doing 50 here. I want to see. We have 130 viewers. Okay, that will be enough. I will switch to the next question. Now, much more important question. Yeah, if you would recommend this thing to your friend, do it. Sharing is caring. Invite them to join Art of Prompt Engineering. But now, what did you like the most? And most importantly, what should we do next? We are already doing prompt engineering together with Anthropic, together literally with Claude Sonnet team, Claude Opus. So what do you want to see next? Context engineering, yeah. Quiz is fun, yeah. Quiz is fun. We love quiz, right? Best practices, fine-tuning kilocode, yeah. Orchestrator deep dive. Brandon, this one will be on you. Yeah. I like the guide, but I see you do not explain method and check the code stuff. Yes, this one we wanted to cover many things together and keep it entertaining enough. And for real MCP development, workshop setup is not the best, but it doesn't mean we don't do it. Based on this workshop, I do a real educational video and real tutorial blog post, doing it step by step in a high quality. The problem is live format, like we are doing right now, it's not perfect because like Sonnet can stack, something can go wrong, network can go wrong, and so on and so forth. I don't want to rely on that. When I want to deliver high quality, real educational content, it's coming next week. Then I record it off the stage on my own pace and then publish it, and it's coming next week. Maybe even tomorrow, actually. So stay tuned. You will see it step by step, and I promise you our documentation will be better than Anthropic's on this development. I didn't like their explanations, frankly. Pizza, more about pizzas. So pizza MCP more. I don't know, Brandon, you really should publish your MCP as official Domino.
It's published.
You did?
It's at least published. Like you can download it and use it yourself. Maybe I should host it.
Maybe.
I'll have to look into that next. But if you're on our Discord server, I started a thread that has the Pizza MBC code linked on my GitHub, or my GitLab rather. For those that don't know, I worked at GitLab for 5 years, so I have all my code on GitLab. And then I also have the prompt that I use, Alex. So that's like a mini preview of how to use orchestrator mode is how I used it in this case to one-shot prompt that whole pizza MCP that you saw demoed. It was a one-shot prompt in the sense that I said something, I had KiloCode enhance it. Alex has a great video on our YouTube about that and a great blog about how to use the enhanced prompt feature. So KiloCode enhanced my prompt, and then I sent that prompt to orchestrator mode, which I feel like is like enhanced prompt on steroids, because it really thinks about, wait, how do I want to do this? And what am I going to give to architect mode to program it? And then what am I going to give to code mode to actually implement it? And so I did end up spending, I think, about $2 or $3 all said in that. But you can see, kind of how that worked and try it for yourself and maybe order pizza. And then, I think maybe we'll got to see. I see you have the actual Send Us Pizza. Like we're joined with Anthropic this time. Maybe we can make enough noise if you order enough pizzas manually through the Domino's MCP that maybe we could get Domino's to join us for a future one, right, and hand out pizzas.
Why not? Why not? They're pretty modern as they provide API. Yeah, sure. I live in the depth of German forests. Local pizza bakers have no idea of what the API is.
API,
the only API they know is IPA, like in Indian Pale Ale, maybe. But that's the closest to API what they know. Actually, Send Us Pizza. We can't send you pizza, but we send you free tokens, and with free tokens, you can go develop something beautiful and earn money, and then maybe send pizza to us. That also would be nice, right? Yeah,
I am going to say I'm not going to make any promises, but it's hard. We can't, delivery of things worldwide. Delivery of stickers worldwide is hard, people. So pizza is basically impossible. But do join our Discord. We are talking about having a local meetup the next time that we're all together at our Amsterdam office, and I know that that's a hard ask if you don't live nearby. But if you do, or you might be in Amsterdam, make sure you're on our Discord server to see. We could physically have an in-person pizza meetup at some point, but no promises. And in the general channel, there's a thread called Pizza MCP. There's a lot of activity in the general channel. I will copy that link into the Share What You Build channel so that it's easy to see. And in the Share What You Build channel is now also the Pizza MCP. Say that 10 times fast.
Okay, good. So I think we are done for today. We are slightly over time. Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you for everyone who stayed in the end. I will condense this content into smaller video and reproducible tutorial blog post, so it will be easier to follow. That is just like absolutely awesome. Thank you, and sign up. More of these coming very, very, very soon. Thank you for being with us. And with that, that was Brandon O'Leary right over me, and Alex Voloshev down there. Yeah. Hi, Brandon. I think we can try. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Network lag. Good. Thank you everyone for coming. And with that, I think we are done for today. Thank you so much. Thank you for coding with us. Stay awesome.